Greetings, greetings, family, near and far. On planet, off the planet, in the planet. You don't know go already, Shambhala. So, you know what? We love the agreeable natured men and women out there. We're not so keen on the disagreeable, but we'll try and work with you if you realise, you know, something about you needs to change. Mayu.
Yes, it's STS, the program, for a reason, because I had to get rid of that old programming that nearly took my life away. It's real life shit. That's why I'm here today. And yeah, we're back with Ladycrowne. And we don't stay down, stay up.
And chat up.
Because it's real talking a star. Episode 69.
Ooh.
You know, the numbers.
The numbers, baby, they don't lie.
369. Shouts to Nikola Tesla.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, man. And yeah, where can we start? I know you got a lot to say. You know, you've always got a lot to say.
I never have much to say.
Just,
you know.
I'm surprised you haven't got your megaphone out.
You know what? I actually ordered one.
Did you?
Yeah.
You need to keep...
I've ordered a megaphone. Yo. And I will use it when the time's appropriate. When you got to make alert, you know, people, you can't be there shouting with your little voice, you know what I mean? Because back in them old time days when people didn't have newspapers and phones and all that sort of stuff, they used to have somebody called a town crier. Ho yay, walk through the streets and give people news. And I need to have a big voice for that, you know what I'm saying? So the loud hailer will come in very handy at some point. So I always buy things that I can put down and one day go, I know what I'm going to use, instead of going, oh, I need this and I can't get it because of certain situations that might make it impossible to get it, if you get my drift.
Yeah, greetings to you all, you know. Hope you're all having a blessed day. And yeah, man, you know, it's beautiful.
It's absolutely wonderful.
You know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Really cold today. But, you know, we're truly blessed to have an environment that has developed up here due to, you know, the man them out there. They know who they are, who have helped us.
Call him out, man. There's one here today with us.
Yeah, Mass T. Shout out to Mass T. Shout out to Captain Kirby out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Big up to the man them.
You know what I mean? Big up to the man them out there.
Real man them, you know what I'm saying?
The ones that are actually helping other people, you know? Each one teach one. You know what I mean? And the more that we can support each other, the more that we can do as a collective. You know, it's so important. And, you know, we need to get out of this, like my mentor likes to say, out of this ecosystem and tap into the ecosystem, you know, the natural way of living. Because the more that we do that, the more that we can accomplish. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's so key for us, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd just like to say bon voyage, au revoir, tout à l'heure. Until we meet again, Captain Kirby, we salute you. Enjoy your flight to the sunny island of Jamaica. Give everybody my love when you get there, and let me know that you reach safe. Okay,
Blessings. Shout out to Captain Kirby out there.
Yeah,
he's traveling right now.
Yes, yeah, be up in the air.
Yeah. Told him yesterday to have a safe trip. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because it's all about the energy. You know what I mean? Because when you transfer your energy to other people, trust me, they feel it every single time. Because I'm really in touch with my true essence, my spiritual being. I'm able to experience this all the time. Not everybody is able to experience what I experience. So, you know what I mean? I have empathy for others because they don't realize what's always occurring. And when you're not consciously aware, I'm telling you, anything can happen out there for you because you're living unconscious. You're not living through your present moment. You're living through your past. Yeah. You know what I mean? You got to have a vision for your future, baby.
Absolutely.
Just like Dr. Joe Dispenza says out there, real life. You know, shout out to the master teachers out there. Shout out to Ladycrowne's master teachers as well, because they're key. David Wynn Miller, Mark Christopher, you know what I mean? Robert Kiyosaki. The people that are really big on not only finances, but life as a whole.
Worldview.
Life as a whole, you get me? Because everything's interconnected, you see. You know what I mean? I don't just look at one perspective. I always look at it holistically, so I can get a greater, I was going to say understanding,
understanding, understanding. You get me?
Trust me.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
Yeah. What we got?
I'm not going to pull your jabs. So.
We got G20 puppets, WEF puppets meeting up wherever they've met to make decisions on the lives of, you know, billions of people. You know, giving the WHO, the World Health Organization, you know, carte blanche over controlling whatever, you know, whatever they want to come up with next, so they can actually declare a scam, pan, whatever demic in any country, you know, according to them, and what measures to take. Think that the passport that they want everybody to have kind of like died down, but it seems to have been reignited, and they're looking to you know, make sure that everybody's got one. So when you are travelling, so let's put it this way: the whole thing won't come to a halt, because we've got to lock down and no movement. Because as long as you can prove that you've had their you know what, you'll be able to do your travelling as per usual. But that means that you need to have this digital passport on top of your paper one, so you can be somewhat borderless. But yet again, that's taking control, isn't it, and telling you what you can and cannot do. So if they decide to have something else, or we have another, because Bill Gates did say there will be other pandemics, so I guess they're planning for that one to come. So be mindful that your so-called leaders are literally giving it all away, but you know what to do, don't you?
Lead yourself.
There you go.
It's simple as that. Take your power back.
Take your power back.
Trust me.
You know what I'm saying? Take it all back, because it's ours. It was ours to begin with.
It was never gone.
No.
The illusion was there.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
now the illusions are falling away.
Yeah. Once you were comfortable on the plantation, you don't realise that you're on a plantation until you start becoming uncomfortable. Then it's like, oh my God, what the hell is happening?
With uncomfort comes real growth. Simple as that. You know, as long as you're in your comfort zone, God,
yeah,
that's what you're gonna manifest, your comfort.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think that's what this is designed to do, because mankind has been in a comatose state for thousands of years, and the universe and the galactical beings and all the other entities out there that are agreeable are aiding and assisting in this transition that's taking place. But it's got to be, you're going to feel things, just look back at 1929 and what happened then, 1989, 2008, whenever there's been some sort of financial crash, there's been a lot of pain, and a lot of people have been in a world of pain. They've lost their homes, they've lost their jobs, their livelihoods, everything that they held dear has gone. And we're facing something on a much grander scale, because at the end of the day, it's global, not just an individual country here or there. It's a global collapse. So these things have to take place. Those of us that are aware of what's happening can prepare for it, and those that unfortunately aren't, and a lot of those are the elderly, the ones that have sort of like worked hard all their lives, their parents and grandparents have probably fought in the wars that are taking place. Those are the ones that are most vulnerable, because they're not aware of what's taking place. They just know that they are having to go out and work after being retired, that they're not able to put on their heating as much as they'd like to, because that's the reality that they're living in. And like I said last week or the week before, lots and lots of young men are coming into the country and being housed in stately homes, stately manors, hotels, through Serco. Serco had a massive contract from the UK government, which is from the taxpayers, let's face it. And they're going around acquiring all of these properties. Any of the staff that were working in those establishments have been laid off, because the owners have been offered millions. When I say millions, I mean millions of pounds to home and house these migrants, because not refugees, for a year or 2 years. And yet our elderly sit there hungry, cold. Do you know what I'm saying? You must think to yourself, what in God's name is happening? That we can open our arms up to those who have no allegiance to the country, and those who have, whose history and forefathers and foremothers have been here, are now being left in a situation where they're struggling. You know what I'm saying? For the basic necessities, something's got to give somewhere. What are you saying, Mayu?
When
in terms of the elderly,
Yeah. you dropped it on me, didn't you?
Yeah. I'd like to know what you think about, you know, the situation that's taking place, because it's what's playing out is not fair and it's not right.
Yeah, you're right. It's not fair, but like I said earlier, you have to start becoming a leader. You have to start taking your power back. What I've learnt with life is that it's all about what you do. It's simple as that. If you're going, excuse me, if you're going to align to the system and the agenda, then that's all you're going to manifest. You get me? So you have to take your power back. Also, a key thing, bit of advice for people out there. The greatest thing that you can do, especially right now, is tap into the love frequency and let go of fear. Really start working on yourself, letting go of fear, realizing that the only way you can overcome is by dealing with your insecurities, dealing with your shadow, dealing with so much things that are holding you back. Everything that's holding you back, you should attack. That even rhymes, but it's real life. And I remember Goggins saying, shout out to David Goggins, he said, listen, you have to double up on your weaknesses, not your strengths. Because if you double up on your weaknesses, then you become more well-rounded. A lot of people, they only like to be confident in what they're good at. Trust me, that's not good enough. That's not good enough. You've got to become confident in what you're not good at now, because then you start developing. That's how you develop your consciousness. That's how you develop your whole being. If you're only going to be doing things what you're good at, then the things that you're bad at are it's gonna stay like that. You know what I mean? You're not gonna develop it. So it's all about doubling up on your weaknesses. Yeah. Trust me, that's the biggest thing that people need to do right now. Overcome fear, face it. Me and Ladycrowne overcome fear every day by simply tapping into the cold showers. You know what I mean? Because something so simple. One thing I learned with life as well is that the things that are simple are effective. Simple as that. Just like the cold, it's so effective because it's not just about the cold showers. It's your mental. Yeah. It's your mental. It's not about just physically getting in there. It's about overcoming your subconscious. And last thing I'll note on, because people that know me know I'm big on this. When you really work with your subconscious and you become conscious of your subconscious thoughts, then you can retrain your mind to be one of love and one of healing, one of actually elevating out of this, oh my God, this destructive system. Maya. And then, the Maya. Then you can actually start getting into reality, because reality is your inner self first, then outside second. This is why I say everyone's in their own reality zone. And just like my mentor said out there, there's going to be a big split, and there is right now, with family, friends, the mass population, because you got to make a choice now. You know what I mean? Before it was easy just to shake your back to go, you know what I mean, do what you want to do, don't matter what you're doing, because the two worlds were merged together. Now they're definitely separate.
Most definitely.
So now you've got a choice to make.
Most
give
definitely.
You that message there.
Yeah.
Blessings.
Well, like I was saying about the, you know what's happening, and it's all done by design. Make no mistake, you know, to tell everybody that you're going to go net zero and green and all the rest of it, and you know, do away with fossil fuel and all that. There's nothing to replace it. Wind can't do it, solar can't do it, especially in the climate that we live in. We know that 3 months out of the year, you know, we might get some sun, and the rest is not going to be like that. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's not sustainable. You know, turbine, wind, and solar is not going to cut it. You know, coal, gas. You know what I'm saying? Those, you know, those oil. That's what we need. So I mean, they're hell bent on making sure that a lot of people suffer. And like I said, it's got to be, it's up to us basically. You must know that, you know, if you ever thought that they were there to look after and care for you and all the rest of it, then you must know that that's not the case now. I mean, you know, on top of all of the atrocities, as far as I'm concerned, that are taking place, you know, you've got MPs, you know, real big MPs are actually, you know, claiming on their expenses for their utility costs. Now imagine that. I mean, most MPs are roughly on a salary of about 80,000. That's a salary. Then they've got expenses that they can claim. You know, some of them, you know, you saw the scandals a couple of years ago when, you know, they were employing their own members of their family to be the secretary and had a second home, and all the expenses that they claim. So that's probably double and treble that 80,000 salary. and on top of all of the perks that they get, they are still claiming for their utility costs. Wouldn't that be nice if all the elderly that were cold could actually put a claim in for their utility costs? You know what I mean? To keep them warm during the winter. Because let's face it, they're the most vulnerable. They're older. The skin's thin. Do you know what I'm saying? They don't have, the immune system mobility is probably exactly. A lot of them have got mobility issues. That they're not able to do what they could do when they was in younger years. Think about your elderly relatives that you have out there. Do you know what I'm saying? They need to be kept warm, comfortable and warm, and for them not to have that, that's the basic, and it should be. But like I said, there are some out there intent on causing as much pain and misery. But that's why I'm saying we don't need to look outside of ourselves for the answer. The answer is within, and it's for us to make sure that elderly relatives, neighbours, have what it is they need. You know what I mean? Or you're able to support in some way. So those communities that we once had need to be rebuilt, where you knew your next door neighbour and the one down there and the one. Do you know what I'm saying? We need to start rebuilding those if we haven't already started to do that, because we're going to become more reliant on one another than we are from any external help from wherever. I talked about the CBDCs, the central bank digital currencies. You just look what they're doing. The Fed coin, the FTX exchange was all done by design. Because once they got you to fear crypto, they'll bring something out that you could then, not fear, because it's going to be a federal digital currency, digital dollar, a central bank, and so you think, oh well, that was crypto and that's why that happened. But we're now going to have a central bank digital currency. For those who take it, trust me, because they will give you everything and tell you it's wonderful and put all these digital notes or whatever you want to call them into a wallet that you're going to have on your phone, and you're going to think, well, life's great, until they start telling you, well, okay, it's got an expiration date on it, or if you're on benefits and you want to buy a packet of fags and a can of beer, it's not going to allow you to do it. You see what I'm saying? That's total control over your life. And if you're out there working and earning your money and it's paid to you in the form of a digital currency that has an expiration date, what you can use it on, come on, that's your money. Do you know what I'm saying? So you have to have something outside of the system. They started off in quite a few of the Caribbean countries, Jamaica, Barbados, are trialing it. I don't know how successful it's going to be. It shouldn't be at all if people actually realise what's happening. Because if they can get you to adopt it, then guess what? They'll roll it out. If not, then they'll think, oh, goodness me, we've lost control. Because it is about control of the globe. If you control the money, you control the world. And they're not about to let go. So, they're going to come with that digital currency. It's already here. Yeah. So be very mindful of it. And those of you that tapped in are going to be doing things that are outside of the box anyway, because we've actually spoken to you about it already. What we're seeing in terms of the silver market prices, premiums are high, but the prices look quite low until you go and try and order an ounce. But if you look at the world debt clock, you'll see that silver is $880 an ounce and gold is $6,425 an ounce on their world debt clock. So it's literally telling you that these are the real prices for those precious metals. So if you can still get them at the prices that they're at the moment, then I'm not giving you any financial advice, but I would suggest that you try and acquire some, because you are going to need it. The world's changing in a way that you'll never recognize it again. But guess what? If you're prepared, on the side of preparedness, then it won't be so difficult for you. It really won't. Mayu?
Yeah, you know what? Last thing I really got to say is to follow your internal guidance and try your best to be abnormal. Don't be normal, because all you get is what normal people get, and that's the program. You know what I mean? Follow what the 1% are doing. If you want to be rich, follow what the rich are doing. If you want to be consciously aware, follow what the conscious people are doing. You have to tap into the right people in order to really manifest. And also, key thing here, it's not about that. When you get to a certain stage here, it's about following yourself first and foremost. Everyone else is just an illusion to a certain degree. But the ones that you really connect with, they can definitely help you on your journey. But at the same time, yeah, you got to realize that it's you one on this journey, you know. And I'm talking about the journey within. You know what I mean? You got to be playing player one out here, baby. You don't want to be playing player two. You want to be playing player one, because trust me, this life is it can throw you so many rocks, but it's how you react. You know, it's how you get up from getting beaten down, because this world, oh my God, it's been shaped to mash you up. And when you become consciously aware and get the right information, you'll realize that there's so many things attacking you, but it only can hurt you and penetrate you if you haven't got the right defense mechanism. So it's all about building your mental strength, building your inner self, and realizing that you can control your destiny. Just remember to keep tapping in, loving yourself wholeheartedly, and that's all I really got to say. You know what I mean? Shout out to all of you out there, and just keep on tapping in, keep on helping your loved ones, because those are the people that are really going to help you on your journey. You know, there's a lot of people that, you know what I mean, they're connecting with people that don't give two shits about them, and that's just real life. And because I'm aware, trust me, I connect with the right people. I just leave it on that, and hope you're doing the same out there. You get me? Trust me. It's all life.
Alright. The last thing before I go, we all know that over the last, 3-4 years, maybe a bit longer, that lots of installation of the number 5 and the letter G have been going up all over. These things aren't what we've been told they are. Yeah. There has been a court case where the judges ruled that the councils need to take certain actions, and by not doing so, they're literally in contempt, and therefore they have to make redress. So basically, if you're in the UK, I'm not quite sure what happens wherever you are in the world, but if you're in the UK, then you can put in a freedom of information request to your local council, and just basically ask a couple of questions, and they should be able to answer them without any problems. Okay, you need to find out and ask them to provide you with a health and safety risk assessment for the installation of the number 5 and the letter G, the environmental impact analysis, and the insurance policy for the equipment. Those are the 3 questions that you need to ask them, and just wait for the response, because if they don't have those, then those monstrosities that have been put up all over the place right next to a lot of people's homes have to come down. So you must get your freedom of information request in and wait for the response. Share this information with your loved ones far and wide, because if they're living in the UK, then there is a council who's responsible for allowing these cell towers to go up all over the place that are not conducive to the environment, the birds, the bees. If it affects them, then you know what it's going to do to us. And those of you that are in the know will have seen videos where birds have sort of like just kind of like fallen out of the sky, and they've said, well, we're not quite sure what caused that. Well, we've got a pretty good idea, haven't we? Your smart motorways, accidents are happening there because it's not being controlled by man, it's being controlled by AI or whatever it is they've got used in it. Yeah, so we need to be very, very mindful of that. They're push for diesel and petrol cars not to be used, and pushing for people to get into those wonderful electric cars. Well, they're destruction to the environment. Thousands and thousands, a ton of earth's got to be removed for them to get the lithium. Then the lithium's got to be refined to put this big ass battery in your car that if you ever got into an accident, they would not be able to put the flames out, wouldn't be able to put the fire out on a lithium battery. They're hazardous. And I mean, I know the video's probably been deleted with the account, but I did talk about those children that were digging for the cobalt that goes into those batteries with their bare hands, and how it was affecting them in terms of their health. Yeah. So they're not environmentally friendly at all. They're talking about going green, yet they're causing so much destruction to have these big batteries put into these cars that will cause you harm, physical harm, in terms of your health. And we've got, I think Canada decided that they're going to purchase some electric planes. So you imagine the size of a battery that goes into the car. What do you think is going to go into the plane? I think the plane can take 19 passengers and three crew members. And it's got to stop to be recharged every 120 miles or 125 miles, something stupid like that. I mean, you've got to be crazy to even contemplate getting onto something like that. But that's the push. They're really pushing for this, because it means that they can have the control that they want over your life. Because if you're in one of their electric vehicles and, you know, connected to the smart grid, then they can switch off at any time that they want. You can take control of your vehicle that you're driving. Yeah, you've got people that are, you know, buying these things and falling asleep at the wheel because the car's just taking them where they want to go. Oh, come on, you've got to be crazy. You know, what's the point in learning how to drive if you're going to sit there in a driverless car because it's been controlled by artificial intelligence? So, yeah, get your freedom of information request to your local authority, and let's get these towers down. They're in schools, they're near hospitals, they're outside your children's schools. Come on, you know, these will cause harm to all life forms. It's going to cause harm. So, yeah, do that today. So don't forget to check us out on the Telegram channel, Ladycrowne and STS on Telegram. Share it with STS program, is it, on Telegram? Yep. Share it far and wide. Yeah. The STS 002 YouTube, because obviously you know what's happened with our previous channel. So there's a 002 out there, and I think there's another Ladycrowne and STS channel, isn't there? 02 out there. Yeah. And Rumble. So we're out there, so just share it as much as you can. Yeah, interesting times, and you know, don't be fearful. Do not be fearful.
Be fearless.
Be fearless.
Trust me.
You know, I mean, it's a wonderful time.
Beautiful time.
To be in this physical manifestation. It really is. You know what I'm saying? So, make your mark. You know, when people, you know, refer to you in the time to come, it's one of, yes, he did so and so and she did so and so. Not, you know, you just like a little blip. Nobody recognised you because you didn't stand up and do what you're supposed to do. The men need to stand up and be men. Take back that masculinity that's been taken away from you, being feminized without you even realising it. You know what I mean? The earrings and the going. Well, it's true. You know what I mean? I bore up on the ears and all of them till you don't seem that they are demasculating you. You know, and in order for you to be the man, you're going to go out there and be a thug. You know, and hurt your brother and hurt your sister, because you still have that in you. Do you get what I'm saying? And it has to be expressed. Yeah?
You see, that's the illusion, yeah, because even though I talk about the feminine energy, I only talk about that for me personally because I'm so masculine. It's all about the balance, isn't it? But yeah, you need your masculine side most definitely, especially for the man them out there, because they're trying to demasculate you. Yeah. You get me?
Yeah.
So trust me, you need both. Feminine, the divine feminine and the divine masculine. You need both. Trust me, to have real balance, because it's about the caring and nature side, you know, for the feminine, and the protective side for the masculine.
That's
you need
what
both.
It is. Yeah. That's why it's male and female. Created he, she, them. You get what I'm saying? They didn't create no pronoun, this, that, tarot, whatever they want to give you. Yeah. Two genders on the planet, unless you're born hermaphrodite or hermaphrodite. You get what I'm saying? Yeah.
Stay strong out there. Yeah. Stay strong out there.
Stay strong, stay focused.
Remember, you're never alone, even when you're alone physically. Yeah. Because all you have to do is tap into your spirit. Real life, we're there with you. Remember that. Yeah. And that's all really got to say for this one. Yeah, you know, it's been a different day today, because obviously weather's really changed today, but we love it because it's all about adapting. You know what I mean? Yeah. And the ones that are adaptable, they last the longest.
You'll get through. You'll survive. Trust me.
Yeah. Trust me. Yeah. Got to tap in, baby. But yeah, that's all we got to say for this one. Keep working on your mind, body, and soul in order to achieve your goals, because we're there with ya.
Spiritually.
STS and Ladycrowne over and out. Peace and blessings.
Peace, my people.
Peace.